the beauty of Wilder is he can hurt you with either hand. But Fury has changed the fight in its entirety because he hired Sugar Hill Stewart. And man, I've been around Sugar Hill for a little over 18 years. I know him very well, and he brings a lot to the table. So that, to me, that just changed the whole dynamic of the fight.
What are the things that Sugar Hill is going to do to improve Tyson Fury in this fight?
He just know how to increase defense. He know how to build up the offense. He know how to show guys how to put power behind their punches. He has a lot to offer to bring to the table with Tyson Fury. I think I don't think the mechanics of Tyson is going to change because you can't change the mechanics of a person, but his mechanics is his best attribute. His ability to move for a big man like that. Super talented man. Super talented big man. But you can't take away from Deontay Wilder. He's talented as well. And as you can see from fight to fight, he's doing things different. But that means he's learning. And that also means that he's getting better at what he's doing. And he knows. Now he knows for a fact that whatever he touches falls, and he knows how to do it and when to do it. It's just a difference now.
That switch between Ben Davison and Sugar Hill, what is it that Sugar Hill can do? Because I think one of the things that Tyson Fury has acknowledged is the fact that he brought in Sugar Hill because of the punching power. Is that the case?
Sugar Hill knows how to increase your punching power. He knows how to allow you to use different muscles to increase your punching power. I don't know Ben Davis. I've never seen him in the boxing corner before. I don't know him. I can't speak on him because I don't know him. I don't know of any other fighter he's worked with. So I can't speak on what he brings to the table, but I can speak on what Sugar Hill brings to the table because he's been with so many world champions.
When we look back, basically it was a month and 3 months ago from the first fight that had happened. As far as time, who benefited from this, Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder?
Neither one of them. I think it's the same no matter what. They both fought somebody else. Deontay Wilder had two big knockouts. Deontay Wilder feels that Fury let it go too long, but I don't think it's a matter of who benefited the most because they both bring something different to the table. They both do. So I think they both are professionals at what they do, and they both will be equally ready. I don't think the time benefit either one of them. It's not an up or downside for either fighter. I just feel that they both are going to be more than ready, and clearly Tyson felt he needed some changes. That's the reason he went and got a new trainer.
How do you felt when he made that switch? Not that he was going to go into Sugar Hill, but wow, he just made a trainer switch with this amount of time leading up to this type of big fight.
I mean, from the looks of it, Tyson pretty much was training himself. Nothing about him has changed. If you listen to the verbal language that he used, he wanted to change something, right? He wanted to increase punching power, so that means he needs to change something. So therefore, he went to somebody who he felt can do that. He wasn't with nobody who he felt can do that. He wasn't with nobody that he felt that can teach him anything or teach him back. And I'm not saying nothing negative about Ben Davis at all. I don't know the guy. I don't know him from a can of paint. I didn't know he was in boxing until I seen him with Fury. So I didn't know that. But at the same time, I think Sugar Hill is more than enough experience, and he's efficient enough to do whatever Tyson Fury needs to get done with it.
When you look back at that first fight, who did you have winning in that fight?
Say that again?
When you look back at that first fight, who won in that fight in your eyes?
I mean, if you go to 100 people's opinion, you get get 100 different. If you ask 100 people what happened, you get a lot of different opinions.
But your opinion is different because
the judges felt that it was a draw. I don't know. I think for the most part, Tyson was outlanding him. But at the same time, only way I can score, in my opinion, if someone was to tell me what does a knockdown mean, I don't know. Because to me, a knockdown, you win that round. That's what it means to me. It's a point that you win the round. So that's what it all matters. What does a knockdown mean? So if me and you fighting and I beat you, we in the 9th round and we going to 10 rounds and I beat you all 9, you get a knockdown in the 9th round, you get another knockdown in the 10th round, then I survive and go to the scorecard. Is that by the draw? Or do you win by split decision? Which one? You tell me. Which way do you think who should win? So me, I got knocked down, or you that didn't get knocked down?
And I'm telling you that because when I look back at the fight, and Tyson Fury talking about trying to knock out Deontay Wilder in this fight, do you really buy into that? That at the last fight, it looked like Tyson Fury won, not by a close fight, but because he basically outschooled Deontay Wilder. So now he's talking about bringing that heavy punch, trying to knock out Wilder. Is that a right choice? Going back to that principles of outboxing him or bringing in that punch?
I can't say that. I can't even say with definitive because wanting a knockout is always the right choice. I love Deontay Wilder's mentality. Deontay Wilder wants to go out there and knock you out. I love that mentality because he ain't dependent on three people that's thinking about their job on Monday and not even paying attention to what's happening Saturday night. He ain't thinking about those judges. He's saying, I bring my own judges and I want to knock out. So I take my hand off to him for always wanting to knock out because you don't have to, there's no like, oh man, like he would have won that fight. Or like just like the draw we talking about. It wouldn't have been that if Fury wouldn't have got up, but if we wouldn't have been talking about that. That's why Deontay Wilder wants to knock out, because he don't like decisions. I don't blame him. You could never, that's why I'm saying you never can know what the judge is looking for. Each judge, there's not one set rule of boxing of what a point is. Each judge have their own opinion what a point is. That's the biggest problem. We supposed to have a protocol that goes by. If you go to the NBA, they review this like the All-Star game yesterday. They reviewed the play. Was this the official block or was this goaltender?
Right.
And then once you reviewed it, it's clearly a block. It's not goaltender. Because they have official, they go by certain rules. I don't think they have judges to go by certain rules. They say this is the 10-point must system.
Yeah.
That's what they say. But how can they go by a 10-point must system if a knockdown could win you 3 rounds? I don't get it. That's one thing I don't get. Does a knockdown, is it that big for your overall total score? I'm not saying that Wilder lost all the rounds. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that
it sure did look like that.
It wasn't as close as they made it until they say now the knockdown happened. I felt that Wilder was getting outpointed, but he started catching up to Fury. He was catching up to him, but Fury did a beautiful job moving. He did a really good job moving. But like Wilder said, I think Wilder, he got this talent, so he's learning the more and more. And he said himself, he said, you think what happened the first time is a shot. He said, I learned, I know you now. Wait till we get in there the second time. He's like, look at what he did to Ortiz the second time. Yeah. He's learning, and he's learning on the job how these guys are and how to take my prop. But so Billy did something smart. He got something different too. So now, I think the same body of Fury is going in there. The Fury's got a new mindset, and he gonna have a different strategy. That's gonna be the whole difference on the second fight than the first fight.
After saying all that, and the fight coming up on Saturday, what's your prediction on the outcome?
My prediction is it's gonna be a hell of a heavyweight fight. I can't make no predictions because I really like Deontay Wilder. That's my guy. And I've been knowing Tyson Fury for a long time, and on top of that, he got my guy, Sugar Hill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I see that.
I can't even. Like, I'm in the middle. I'm just looking for a good fight. That's
Right.
it. I want both guys to come out healthy and be able to go home to their families. And I just want to see a good fight.
If somebody does win in this fight, there's no draw, there's a knockout, or somebody wins by split decision, are one of these two guys going to come out of this fight saying, yeah, that's the best heavyweight in the game right now?
They may not say it, but it's gonna be facts. Like it's on this after this Saturday, you could have two best heavyweights in the world after this Saturday. So whoever the lose will be the third best heavyweight.
And what does that say about Anthony Joshua?
What do you mean?
As far as him looking outside in, these two fighters fighting at the top spot, do you still see him as one of the top heavyweights? Is he?
Why not?
I know, no, why not? But what I'm saying is, if one of these fighters win, right, and they do match up against Anthony Joshua, is Anthony Joshua still up there as far as like him defeating one of those two between Tyson or Deontay?
Man, anything can happen in the boxing ring. We've seen that over the course of history. So I mean, I don't diss Joshua because Fury and Wilder was able to make a fight happen. I'm not dissing him because they was able to make a fight happen. Nor do I know what went on behind scenes during negotiations. A lot of people speculating that Joshua was scared, this and that, but no one knows what went on through negotiations, and that's the situation. We don't know what this problem was in negotiations. Normally, if a fight's not made, it's because of negotiations. It's clear neither heavyweight is scared of the other.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one heavyweight in the top 5 that's scared of the other. So that's not the issue. So it's clearly a business issue.
What were your thoughts on Anthony Joshua in that second rematch with Andrew Ruiz, about how he fought and how he came victorious in that fight?
I figured he would do that.
Yeah.
You know? And Andrew Ruiz, I think he capitalized bigger than anybody else that shocked the world with an upset like that. Meaning that he refused to fight in England and he talked himself into a purse that he never would have got ever. He talked himself into a bigger purse than he ever had in his life, than he ever dreamed of having. You know, so, and I think that may have been more important to him than winning.
Did he left any doubt as far as his confidence or his boxing abilities later on? Because some people say that, he was throwing in the jab, but he was hesitant to go inside and try to exchange with Andrew Ruiz. Is there still some doubt leading up to that? What happened in June 1st with Anthony Joshua?
Of course. I mean, you always hesitant after a knockout. Are you kidding me? You hesitant after a knockout. But the reason to me he was so hesitant, because he got nobody that's with him that had no type of experience and showing him how to get over there. That's the issue. You got, even through conversation, you got guys like Fury and Wilder getting better through conversation, because Wilder got Mark Breland. Mark Breland is a hell of a fighter, man. He was a hell of a fighter, and he has so much experience that he can give to Wilder. Wilder can pick up and learn different things. Even with Fury got a lot of experience, but Sugar Hill been through a lot. He got a lot of experience of training different fighters, different caliber fighters. He got a lot of experience that he can, and a lot of knowledge he can drop on to Tyson Fury to make mental adjustments. I'm not saying Joshua don't have that,
right?
But I don't know if you 100% if you do. I mean, I know he calls Wladimir a lot, so hopefully he have that he can make adjustments to. But he need to have somebody like that in his camp so he can continuously make those adjustments every day. That's what's needed with, to me, this is my opinion. That's something that he can use with a bit.
I do want to try to see if I can get an answer, but at the end of the day, who do you think rises in the end between Joshua, Fury, and Deontay Wilder? Because they're all different in their own game.
They all fight different. They all got different styles, different techniques between Wilder, Joshua, and Fury. But I feel that, I don't know. I think we got 3 awesome heavyweights, man. I just can't wait to see the guys get it on. We got other heavyweights that's in that 4, 5, 6 range that's also good as well. And I want to see them be able to get their title shots.
As far as Usyk, Dylan White, Andy Ruiz.
Right, Usyk, Dylan White, Andy Ruiz had a shot. I'm not putting him out there. I think he blew his shot. You know, will he come back and beat somebody else to become a top contender? We don't know. You know, the closest one that came back to winning the title after they lost it on the one-hit wonder stage was Hassan Rocky.
You don't see Andy Ruiz trying to come back, level his game like he did?
I'm not saying he's not going to try. I don't know. Right. But I don't know if will he do it. That's the question. You know, will he do it? Who knows? I don't. It all depends on his desire. If his desire was to get money, he accomplished that. He could retire right now and he don't gotta ever worry about fighting again. Mm-hmm. You know, but if he want to get the title back, that's one thing time will tell.
How do you see the whole heavyweight division right now?
I think it's beautiful, man. I love seeing these young guys. Like, I was happy if the injuries upset. I wasn't happy he upset Joshua because I was pulling for Joshua.
Right.
But I was happy for him. Don't get me wrong. Just because
it's kind of bittersweet, right?
Right. Just because I didn't think the fight would be like it would go like that. But it went like that. I'm happy for the guy, man. The guy got he got a championship, and I was happy for him. Joshua got it back. I was happy for Joshua.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? I was happy for Fury and Wilder. They put on a hell of a performance, man. The fight, unfortunately, was a draw, but they literally they had everybody on their feet. Like, half the fight, everybody was standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down. So he gave the crowd a workout.
Yeah. I was there.
I just think it's beautiful, man. I love the way these young guys is willing to put it all on the line and fight each other. And with Usyk getting in the mix, Dylan White getting in the mix, Ruiz still out there, Chizore's talking about doing some stuff. I just think, and then you still have, you still have the other guys out there. You're not just Ruiz. You have
Gennady Du Bois, Joseph Parker.
Right. You got all these guys, man. I couldn't think on top of my head, but you got all these, and they're young.
Yeah, they're young.
They're not going nowhere no time soon,
right.
Man. Like, I love the look at this division because I think it's like super healthy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be so many years with the heavyweight division. But
yeah, of course. Who's going to reign supreme? Who's going to make the longest dominant run?
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
You know, one thing I do want to say is that Tyson Fury was signed about retirement, that he has 3 more fights left on his mindset. Does that play into effect as far as leading up to this fight with Deontay Wilder, knowing that that's in the back of your mind?
I will tell you this. And this is a secret between us and your followers. Don't pay attention to what what Tyson Fury said about retirement. Listen, this man is focused on this fight.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters at this point. All this other stuff for the lights and cameras. Listen, this man focused on one thing right now. Mm-hmm. That's winning the championship.
Right.
That's all that matters to him. You know, all this other stuff is just give people. He's good at giving people stuff to talk about.
Yeah, here I am.
To the guy,
telling
man. You. He always been a nice guy. Always treated me nice. Always treated him nice. We've always been cool. Never had nothing against him. Super nice dude, man. But I'm just saying, on that regard, don't pay attention to it. Just watch what he do come Saturday night. He's gonna come. He gonna come with the show. He gonna come with the flow. He's just gonna bring it all, man. Right. And he's an awesome individual. And that's what Wilder and Fury, both awesome individuals, man. Yeah. Like, I could sit down and have a long conversation with both of them. They both good guys, you know. So that's why I say I wish both all the best, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to end it.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Jonathan.
My pleasure, man. Thank you for taking the time.
Thanks.